growing concerns about second-year players who had star potential. And we can debate how much star potential, and that's fine. But Lucas Raymond hasn't scored a goal yet. And Gator, I'm trying to think how many really grade A scoring opportunities he's been involved in. Second-year Red Wing, number 23. Has he been involved in a lot of grade A scoring chances that you could think of?
I think the first game or two, I think he was. Little snake bit in there, and then lately it just doesn't feel like that. But the first couple games, I think he had quite a few chances.
And then there's Cade Cunningham. Is there legitimate concern, or should there be concern about Cade Cunningham shooting 38% from the floor? And I thought yesterday, and maybe it's just me, and if somebody else felt, I thought he was hunting shots. And I think hunting shots at the NBA level is going to lead to a poor shooting percentage. You predetermine that you're going to put it up. The game's not coming to you. You're not taking great shots. It's not great for your team. Now, if you are the best of the best and nobody can stop you, it's a little bit different.
What concerns me about Cade is that, you mentioned the shooting percentage being low. His 3-point percentage isn't anything to write home about. It's 31%. But that means his 2-point percentage isn't very good either. And last night, he didn't take many 3-pointers. He took a bunch of, I think he took 17 shots that were not 3-point shots, and he took 2 3-point shots, I believe is how it worked out. He's just not making anything. It's not true for all the games, but the game last night, it's a little concern. And when you look at the percentages, it is a concern. But your question asking if it's really a long-term concern with either player, Cade Cunningham or with Lucas Raymond, I don't think so.
I don't think it's a long-term concern.
Yeah.
I guess it's not about, hey, are these guys going to suck? It's just
sophomore year in the league.
Are they showing that the ceiling? Are we? Is it the early stages of them being exposed as to having a ceiling, and not a elite player ceiling? I feel like there's way more invested in Cade being great than in Lucas Raymond being great for two reasons. One, the obvious, he is the number one pick of the draft. He is. It's a sport where one player and that player being great makes a world of difference. So there's more invested in the success or failure of Cade Cunningham. Now, Cade Cunningham, let's say Cade Cunningham turns into the best player in the league and he's got nobody around him, they won't have great success. So, I just want to make that clear. But, yeah, as it stands right now here, Gator, it strikes me that they're both off to somewhat slow starts in their sophomore seasons. It's probably too early to be particularly concerned about either one. But if there is a growing concern, is about one or the other. I just feel like Lucas Raymond, I'm not noticing him nearly as much as I did a year ago.
Yeah, and is he the one that really is hurting with the absence of Tyler Bertuzzi? I mean, more so than Larkin. I mean, Larkin was established, long before, so maybe that's part of it. Yeah. But get over it and get back to playing. And he's young. He'll be resilient. He's going to show up. It's just a little stretch here where he's got 2 points in 6 games and no goals, as you mentioned, and he's also 0 in the plus-minus category. Let it. We're obviously going. Everybody will let this marinate. Sure. It's a long season. It's 6 games into it, but I don't think it's any reason to for alarm or concern. I mean, you could ask the same question about Mo Sider if you wanted to as well, because Mo Sider has 1 assist in 6 games.
Yeah, he's not as measured as much by putting the puck in the net.
No, but he's also his plus-minus is also 0.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd love to – if he were 1 assist for 6 games and was +5, yeah, there's a real positive effect.
So Kubalik played last night on that line with Dylan Larkin, and I mean, he had a goal and an assist, right? I mean, this is a guy that is –
Kubalik's off to a hell of a start.
He's off to a hell of a start, and so is Dylan Larkin.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, doesn't Dylan Larkin have 4 goals?
Yeah.
And Kubalik has 4 goals?
Kubalik Larkin and Perron all have 4. They each have 4 goals. Kubalik has 10 points in the 6 games.
And Lucas Raymond playing with Larkin and Kubalik has no goals. Now, again, early stages.
Yeah.
Early stages. But these things, sometimes they start small and they get bigger and bigger. And I just wonder if anybody out there, if you have a concern for one, both, or neither. Lucas Raymond, Cade Cunningham.